Gina, it's great to have you with us today on podcast, and you're working now as a software engineer. How did that all start for you? Like, take us back to when you were at school. How did that all start?
I always loved ICT as a subject in school. From when I had started secondary school, I always was quite keen to get involved in any of the ICT related subjects. So even things from like PowerPoint and Excel, and we done like basic web design with like creating a small web page. And I just loved the creativity aspect of those subjects. And then that led me on to thinking about computer science as an A-level. So going into computer science was definitely quite daunting because I didn't know much about programming or anything at the time, and I didn't really know anyone who was in the software industry around me. But I thought I'd try it for a few weeks, and if I really hated it, I would leave it. But I ended up loving it, actually. So I continued on doing it as an A-level. And then I suppose from there, I wanted to research work experiences as well, just to see whether it was definitely going to be the right career path for me. So I researched a load of different work experiences and asked my teachers and stuff which ones were available to me. So I actually that summer, I done 3 different work experiences. I done one with Catalyst, which was the generation innovation, one with PwC as well, which was more data analytics using Power BI and stuff. And then I done a third one, which was with a UX company in Belfast. And UX was like, I hadn't heard of that before either. So going into that was really interesting, and learning about like how important user interaction is when it comes to web design, and the psychology behind it I found very interesting as well. And it's still something I'm interested now even.
Yeah.
And then from the other work experiences, they were working in teams of other students. So I was working with people who were interested in the same subjects as me. So it was nice to kind of get exposure to that as well. And I felt like I developed a lot of skills from those work experiences, and they're definitely a key component to why I went into software industry. So from there is where I started researching into apprenticeships, because I really liked, from my work experiences, I liked being practical and getting like hands-on experience. Yeah. So that led me down the apprenticeship path, and I done some research into them. Applied for as many as I could, got that experience with the applications and the interviews. So I looked into it, and the application process was very easy and everything. So I thought I'll just give it a go. And then I ended up getting through to the interview process with Liberty IT. And then, that's where it all started,
good.
Really.
Brilliant. So like when we think of software engineering, sometimes you can think, it's quite technical, it's coding, it's people sitting with laptops and just black screens with multicolored letters and symbols, But is it more than that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. With software, there's so many different routes and paths you can take. From my time in Liberty alone, I've worked in 4 different areas. So I've had exposure to data analytics, working with dashboards and reporting tools. And then I've done some front-end work, some back-end work, getting exposure to like frameworks like React and using APIs and everything.
Okay, yeah.
And then another thing that I'm interested in now is, like I said, the product design and UX design. It's something that I've touched on in different areas, but it's something that I would really like to work on more. And there's opportunities in Liberty to move around and progress mobility to different areas if there's something you're really interested in.
So tell us about Liberty, because it's not a brand that people here use, but tell us a bit about what is Liberty.
Yeah, so Liberty is an insurance company, and then they have an IT branch in Belfast, Galway and Dublin. So we would actually work quite closely with the Americans. Like half of my team is actually Americans, so we would work quite closely with them. I actually work on an internal app which is focused around developer experience. So we would create like a centralized hub, and that is where developers can go to share and reuse development tools and resources. Okay. So that was actually, I only moved to that area about 2 years ago, and I've kind of moved in and out of it since then, but it is quite a high visibility project within Liberty. So I was really grateful to be asked to be on that team, and I've learned a lot from being on that team. The people I work with have been great mentors to me. So I'm very grateful for them for being so supportive and helping me learn as much as I can the past few years.
That's so good. Tell us a bit about that apprenticeship then. So you're working at Liberty the last few years. which course have you been doing? What's been the rhythm of in work and at university?
When I first started, it was all quite new to me. I think the concept of working and studying at the same time is quite daunting. But I was doing uni on a Monday and then I would work Tuesday to Friday. But when I actually started that routine, it kind of just comes naturally. And you know, I think it's nearly easier having a routine of knowing what days you're doing what. So on Mondays, I knew I had to do my uni work, and then I could work Tuesday to Friday, and then I could, if I had any spare time, to do my uni work. And then I also had free time to do social things as well. Like, you're not just working flat out.
So you have a life.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then I done the computing systems course with Ulster University, which was 4 years. But you're also given that freedom to kind of choose what length of course you want to do. You could do 3, 4, or 5 years, and then you can also choose your modules along the way. And I was quite lucky with Liberty. They did give me quite a lot of freedom with what I wanted to do. They would obviously give like guidelines of what would maybe work with our company or with what area you were working in. But I was very happy with the subjects and the courses I chose. And then I actually only graduated there a few months ago in December, so I chose the 4-year course plan.
You got a full bachelor's degree in 4 years.
Yeah.
Whereas someone doing it full time would get it in 3 years.
Yeah.
But you were only essentially going one day a week, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
It was 4 years, and then I would have done time over the summer as well, which I actually thought was better because it gave you more time to kind of do the work, especially with the final year project. I needed that extra time over the summer to get things done. So I think it's better having it spread across the full year instead of just block semesters.
Good. And what you were learning at university, was that helping you in your job, and was your job helping you at university? Did they work hand in hand?
Yeah, definitely. So from the start, even learning about agile frameworks and Scrum and Kanban, I think if I was just learning that in university and I wasn't actually applying it, I wouldn't have really fully understood. Whereas with work, the teams I was working in were all different. So I was using agile frameworks. So some teams were Scrum, some teams were Kanban. And I think having that mix of different teams and getting that experience was so important to kind of figure out what works for you and what kind of team works for you as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously the development side of things, you're learning different languages and web design and stuff. So it definitely, you're learning skills that you will definitely apply to your work.